It's Smarter off the front. The driver, Peter Jackawenko. The sponsor of the race. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, Marata Hanover. In his first year of driving,
just let me know.
On the island, Nigel Killip. Number 3, Jermaine Lamar. The driver, Mr. Ian Johnson, coming off the last start.
Spirit of the Park, Spirit of the Park, Spirit of the Park.
Number 4,
Spirit of the Park.
Watch the Paint Drive.
Franco Nordic.
Watch the Paint Drive from the Style Stables, is ridden by Stacey Martin off the front. Welcome, Stacey. Stacey, no newcomer to Patriots. 5 is Spirit of the Park against in the Styles camp, and the driver Shane Keeler. Welcome, Shane, to one of your many King Island Cups. Number 6, Franco Nordic. And the driver, Janelle Frerk, hasn't been on the island for 15 years. He's a local hail from the gas stable over in Victoria. The champion gas stable. Welcome back, Janelle, and best of luck to you in the cup. Number 7 off 10 meters, Roma Lady. To be driven by the new Queen of Pace at the moment, Samantha Keely. One of the 3 females in the race. Welcome to your first King Island Cup, Samantha. Number 8, the oldest horse in the race, Delino Doro, owned by Tiny. The bloke who whacks the tunes on them day in, day out. Tiny, I hope Delino Doro can salute to you today, the driver David Medhurst. As these runners make their way onto the track for the 2006 King Island Pacing Cup. Number 9, the back marker, Corralta Rising. Our Queen of Pace, Ingrid Williams, 30 metres. Stands them up a big start. Ingrid, best of luck. She's no newcomer to this great race. Winning it on no better than, I think, 2 occasions.
Spirit of the Park, Franco Nordic, Roma Lady, Corralta Rising.
Ladies and gentlemen, the field makes their way onto the course for the running of the 2006 King Island Pacing Cup. The field is 9 to all drivers at good speed. Hurry back, that's the plan.
Delino Doro, Corralta Rising. The ring there, Bodge. Been a bit of a move for anything?
Yeah, all the interesting left the ring, mate. They're all on the hill. It's pretty interesting thing. There's plenty of people here.
Moving up.
Yeah, 6 to 4, Franco Nordic. Even money for our Rising. Roma Lady, 6 to 4. There's been good money about for Franco.
Okay. Marata Hanover getting very fractious on the front line there, just throwing its head around. It's rearing up badly at the moment, Marata Hanover, for Nigel Shearing. We've got off the 10 metres, Roma Lady, for young Sam Keely, who's driving in magnificent form at the moment, young Sam. Delino Doro off the 20, Corralta Rising for Ingrid Williams, last year's Pacing Cup winner, of course, with Jazz Rock. She's off 30 metres. Now Marata Hanover's just settled down now. Smart Art off the pole. They're getting set here for the King Island Free Range Meets Pacing Cup. Anyone visiting the island looking for a great place to stay, the A-Frames. Terrific accommodation down there at the A-Frames. See Geraldine, she's on track today. If you'd like to book a room. Magnificent facilities down there at the A-Frames. Anyway, they're set for the Pacing Cup and away they go. Not a bad start. We're beginning well. There was Jammy and On My Mind off the front row from Marata Hanover. Over on the inside then is Smart Art, followed further back in the race, then around the outside by Spirit of the Park. Then about 6 metres to Watch the Paint Dry, followed by Roma Lady. Then Delino Doro, about 6 metres further back in the race, Corralta Rising. And out the back there, last of all, Franco Nordic was tardily away, and it would be about 40 metres off the lead. Working up towards the home turn on the first occasion now, and Spirit of the Park is zipping around the outside to go to the lead. It's Spirit of the Park in front by 6 metres now. In second placing, Jammy and On My Mind mind, and on the outside, Smart Art cutting the breeze. Then came on the inside, Murata Hanover, and there's Romar Lady. It's circling around the outside, Romar Lady up towards the front. Then Stalluno Dora, who's 3 back the outside of Murata Hanover, about 6 metres away then to Watch the Paint Dry, second last Carell to Rising, and Franco Nordic is tacked on at the rear. Down the straight now, a little over a circuit left to go, and Spirit of the Park in front in the cup by 2 metres to Romar Lady. Sam Keeley sitting up on the outside, eyeballing the leader at the moment. They were followed over on the inside, jamming in on my mind. 1 out, 1 back is Smart Art as they work down to the judge now with a circuit to go. Someone get the bell out. They were followed 3 back the outside, then by Stalluno Doro. Then came Murata Hanover. Further back in the race, then Watch the Paint Dry, followed by Carell to Rising, and last of all is Franco Nordic. They're working into the back now, and they've got about 1,400 metres left to go in the Pacing Cup. And out in front, it's Spirit of the Park showing the way by 1 metre. 2 on the outside, Romar Lady. Over on the inside, jamming on my mind behind the leader, getting a nice trail. They were followed further back then by Smart Art, who's 1 out and 1 back. Murata Hanover, 3 back the inside of Stalluno Doro. Followed then by Watch the Paint Dry. Second last is Carell to Rising, and Franco Nordic is last of all. About 1,100 metres left to go, and Spirit of the Park is being joined on the outside by Romar Lady, who's done it pretty tough. 1 out, 1 back is Smart Art. Over on the inside, jamming on my mind. They were followed further back in the race then by Stalluno Doro as they go past the crossing. It's 3 back the outside of Murata Hanover, and then came behind them is Watch the Paint Dry, followed then by Carell to Rising, and Franco Nordic is last of all. At Johnson's Corner, about 800 metres to go, and Franco Nordic up on the outside of Spirit of the Park together. They were followed by Smart Art, who's 1 out and 1 back. Over on the inside then, jamming on my mind as they go to the 800 metre point, and then came Stalluno Doro around the outside of Murata Hanover. Further back in the race then, Watch the Paint Dry, Carell to Rising second last, and Franco Nordic whipped them in. Coming down the side now, they've got about 500 metres to go, and over on the outside now, it's Romar Lady about a metre in front with 600 metres to go of Spirit of the Park, who's kicking back on the inside. Then came Smart Art into the 1-1 about to go 3 wide, and further back in the race then, jamming in on my mind, and well back then is Murata Hanover. Runs are coming from the back. Stalluno Doro's taking off now. Watch the Paint Dry running on fairly, and also Carell to Rising coming to the race up towards the turn. About 300 metres left to go. Spirit of the Park just led here from on the outside. Romar Lady as they turn for home. Watch the Paint Dry joining in, and Carell to Rising is the widest runner, running on strongly now. Watch the Paint Dry has reached the lead with also Stalluno Doro down the outside running on Carell to Rising. Over on the inside, Spirit of the Park getting through. It's Spirit of the Park the inside. Stalluno Doro wider out. Carell to Rising. Spirit of the Park. Spirit of the Park has won it. Spirit of the Park has won it from Stalluno Doro, and out wider there was Carell to Rising. Then came behind them, jamming on my mind. Watch the Paint Dry. Looked a chance on the turn but dropped out of it. Then came Franco Nordic, followed by Murata Hanover, and Smart Art last of all. Spirit of the Park has got up to win it here, getting through on the inside. Spirit of the Park. It's led all the way, I should say. Spirit of the Park has held them all at bay. On the inside has held them all at bay after Romar Lady looked to be going better off the back, but Spirit of the Park's fought on strongly. Carell to Rising and Stalluno Doro joined in out wider with also Watch the Paint Dry as they turned for home, but Spirit of the Park just kept kicking strongly. And Spirit of the Park has taken it out here for Shane Keeler. Trained and driven by Shane Keeler, Spirit of the Park will take out the King Island Free Range Meets Pacing Cup in what was a terrific finish from either Stalluno Doro, and Carell to Rising was wider out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm with the master of the stable here, Styles here. Where did you think you had the race won, mate? I see old Stalluno Doro came at him, didn't he? He threw everything at him. But Shane drove a very heavy race, led all the way, and you know, if you can do that, you're home, and it was a great drive, wasn't it? Good on you, mate. He's got great aspirations for this young bloke. Leave it over to you, Nigel.
Yeah, thanks, Bodge. Yeah, gutsy performance that. It looked gone a couple of times. Romar Lady, I thought, had it beaten turning off the back straight, but it's fought on gamely here. It's been a good effort. It's found plenty under the whip there with Shane Keeler. He's thrown the kitchen sink at it, and it's got home. Spirit of the Park, was challenged strongly in the straight by By all challengers there, Stilurno Doro, Carelta Rising, Romar Lady dropped off on the home turn. Watch the Painter, I joined in as well, but it's found plenty up the straight to win here. Spirit of the Park.
Probably one of the biggest charges that I've seen in a King Island Pacing Cup for a lot of years, actually, on the home turn.
Yes, it looked a bit like the charge of the Light Brigade there, but it's been a gutsy win by the winner, Spirit of the Park. Returning back to the winner's enclosure now, Shane Keeler is the trainer and driver of Spirit of the Park. Is by Time Stand Still out of Hearts Bay, is a 4-year-old gelding, and is raced by ID Styles, SL Keeler, M Keeler and LJ Keeler. A real family affair there. 5, 8 and 9, number 8 second. Good run by Stilurno Doro. Looked like he might have had the race won with about 100 to go, but just couldn't pick up the winner. Graham Keeley and David Medhurst the driver, and third goes to number 9 Carelta Rising for Paul Williams and Ingrid Williams the driver.
Congratulations, Shane. Mate, you never panicked. It was a great drive. You were happy to go for the lead and hold this horse there. And he's been knocking on the door the last 2 weeks. You're pretty happy with the 800 metre mark when Samantha put the pressure on?
Yeah, I thought if I could run on him, keep up the trouble and get him around, it's nice and easy. Yeah, he's a tough horse. He keeps fighting on, so goes out and play.
That's good, mate. Congratulations, Shane. I know you haven't got any more drives today. That's the invitation for the day, but obviously this horse will go on and do better things.
Yeah, I'll keep going around here. Yeah, I don't know what he'll do next year, but got a couple more runs in there.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations to Shane Keeler.
You can show replay.
Pretty cool car to select it.
I can, because I've got to tape it again.
Huh? All clear? All clear? All clear, Nigel.
Okay, thanks, Bodge. All clear. Maybe you could help us out with those margins and times, mate. It's a bit hard to see them from up here.
Okay, mate.
Got to get you walking there, Bodge. Ahead by a metre, I believe the margins are. Ahead by a metre, and the time Bodge will have shortly. 3:30.5, 3:30.5 the time.
Just while we're waiting for Peter to run the horse, Surgeon Power, Nigel and Chris's horse just won the Longford Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, Spirit of the Park has won the King Island Pacing Cup, and the owners, Earth Styles, Shane Keeler, Mari and Laura are here, and without any further ado, I want to hand over to the first time sponsor, Mr. Peter Jacowico of King Island Free Range Street. Peter, welcome to your sponsorship and welcome to the King Island Pacing Cup.
This horse has done very, very well. There's a lot of preparation for this. Really all the work that they put into the work. Time, game, goals, and all well done. I'd like to bring everyone to the other day. The rain is working a bit of a low starting day, but it turned out very nice. Yeah, thank you, Ian. We'll just make the presentation now to Shane Keeler, the winning trainer and driver. I guess we'll just hand them back over to Laura once we've done that. Thanks, Shane. And we'll just take a photo now. Everyone give me the horse, and we'll just get a photo with all the owners and everyone together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Andrew. Well done to Mari and Ian, and also the Keeler family on winning the King Island Pacing Cup, and Ian has been around for a long time, a longer time than Shane, and I know that family has spent a lot of time King Island racing and will spend a lot of time to come. So well done to the Styles and the Keelers on winning the King Island Pacing Cup. year. Rodney Hammond, Rodney 2004, 2005 premiership jockey on the island. Rodney over here with the trainer Tim Taylor. Welcome Rodney, he's getting 2 winners so far this year. Number 4 is Runaway Fox. Naomi Parker in her first year on the island. Where are you, Naomi? Naomi, she's over there with the green, with the purple spot. Her first year, Naomi, she's ridden 5 winners. So she's the leading rider on the island at this stage this year, riding for Nigel Killip. 5 is Covered Love. Cameron Quilty rode his second winner today on the island. Cameron, no newcomer to the island, but he's ridden his second winner today. He rides for Robert Keith, Covered Love. Number 6 is Doof Doof, and Ivo Fry riding Doof Doof in his first year of riding. He rode a $168 winner at No Rain last week. So good luck Ivo with Doof Doof and Nigel and Kerry as the riders now up for the King Island Cup. Number 7 in the cup is Barbie's Pal, another one of Ronald Lewis' charges to be ridden by Danielle Ailey in her first year. She is yet to ride a winner. Barbie's Pal coming off a second last start, so good luck to you, Danielle. And number 8 for Eleanor, James Clark, claiming a half kilo, and James, of course, in his third race ride, rode a winner here at King Island in a race previous today for the Leach family in Pod 2. So he's riding for Jim Taylor in the Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the field for the King Island Galloping Cup, the sponsors, Jim Mackenzie Agency, the Cup for 2006. The runners about to make their way onto the track for the 1800 metre event.
Okay, the field for the King Island Galloping Cup, the Jim Mackenzie Agency's Galloping Cup. Number 1, Miss Mary Vale, Paul Sarlo. 2, Spinifex Ferry, Peter McLean. 3, Change the Jack, Rod Hammond. 4, Runaway Fox, Naomi Parker. 5, Covered Love, Cameron Quilty. 6, Doof Doof is Ivo Fry. 7, Barbie's Pal, Danielle Ailey. 8, Sir Eleanor, James Clark.
I always didn't even expect him to run a race at Long, but he doesn't like the tight tracks, but obviously he's ridden a treat.
Doof Covered Love.
Get you to do it again without him talking over.
Oh, you'll get that, it'll come through.
These should run all right. Good on you, mate.
It'll come through, mate. I spoke pretty clearly, it should be all right.
6 to 4 the toppy.
Doof Doof.
6 to 4 the toppy. 8 Spinifex
Sir
Ferry.
Eleanor, Spinifex Ferry.
4's Runaway Fox and Covered Love.
Barbie's Pal, Change the Jack, Miss Maryvale. Change the Jack, 3, Miss Maryvale, 1, 7 is Barbie's Pal, Spinifex Ferry, the 2, Sir Eleanor. The 8, Covered Love. Moving in. Jim Mackenzie Agency's Galloping Cup. Runaway Fox into gate 1. Covered Love is separate, Change the Jack. Last year's winner going for back-to-back for Jim Taylor. Sir Alanov is set. The other Jim Taylor trained galloper in the race. Gates filling here. Miss Maryvale comes up for Paul Sarlo, who rode Change the Jack in last year's Cup. Spinifex Ferry coming forward. It'll be up towards the lead early, you would think. He's got plenty of pace. Doof Doof has joined them. The Nigel Shearing trained galloper, and the one back there is Barbie's Pal in the all blue colours, trained by Ron Muir. Danielle Ailey takes the ride today. Down to the judge in one circuit, 1800 metres. Stand by for a start. 8 runners, just about ready to go. They're racing in the King Island Cup. Spinifex Ferry and Change the Jack a little tardily away, and also Doof Doof and Sir Eleanor dropping out towards the back of the field, and Miss Maryvale going quickly up towards the front, but also on the inside Runaway Fox. They were followed then by Covered Love, who's back in the centre, and wider out on the track is Barbie's Pal as they work out of the straight the first time. Then Spinifex Ferry, followed by Doof Doof, and then came Sir Eleanor and Change the Jack last of all, working into the back section of the track, about 1400 metres to go, and it's Miss Maryvale in front for Paul Salo, going for back-to-back King Island Cups. Paul Salo on Miss Maryvale. It's out by a length and a half here. 2 Runaway Fox over on the inside of Barbie's Pal. They're followed by Spinifex Fairy running fourth. About 3 lengths further back, Covered Love, followed by Doof Doof. Then came Sir Elanov, and last of all is Changed the Jack. At the crossing, 1,000 to go, and it's Miss Maryvale carding the belong for Paul Salo, a half in front of Spinifex Fairy, who goes on to take on the leader now, and Spinifex Fairy putting it here to Miss Maryvale. A couple of lengths further back then to Runaway Fox on the inside of Barbie's Palace. They go to the 800 at Johnson's Corner now, and then came Sir Elanov. Over on the inside, Covered Love, followed by Doof Doof, and Changed the Jack biding its time back at the rear. Coming down the side, and Miss Maryvale the inside of Spinifex Fairy. Spinifex Fairy about a neck in front. They were followed further back then by, on the outside, Barbie's Pal. Runaway Fox back on the rail. Then came Covered Love, followed by Changed the Jack, and Doof Doof is last of all at the 400 metre mark, and Miss Maryvale trying to lead all the way. Led narrowly from Spinifex Fairy. Covered Love running on the inside is Runaway Fox getting up on the rails now, and wider out on the track and running on his Sir Elanov, but Barbie's Pal getting through Runaway Fox. Runaway Fox getting up on the rail. They hit the lead from Miss Maryvale, and here's Changed the Jack storming down the outside. Back-to-back cups for Changed the Jack, and Jimmy Taylor makes it 5 in a row. Changed the Jack's got up to beat Miss Maryvale. Runaway Fox on the inside, and they will follow further back in the race then Barbie's Pal, Sir Elanov, and behind them was Doof Doof, followed by Spinifex Fairy and Covered Love, and it's come with a barnstorming run to win the cup. Back-to-back cups for Changed the Jack. Different rider this year, of course. Rod Hammond takes the ride this year, and Changed the Jack has motored down the outside and has made it 5 King Island Cups to Jim Taylor in a row, and back-to-back cups to Change the Jack. A phenomenal performance. He's come from last and has absolutely stormed down the outside to grab them. After Runaway Fox got up on the rail to tackle Miss Maryvale, they looked set to fire it out, then Changed the Jack emerged and has jumped out of the ground over the concluding stages to win it. Terrific performance, Changed the Jack. Great training performance by Jim Taylor. Makes it a double today and makes it 5 King Island Cups in a row. Well done, Jim. Fantastic training performance and well ridden by Rod the Hammer Hammond. Terrific ride by Rod Hammond. He rode it very patiently back in the field. He lasted most of the way and it's emerged at the right time and has absolutely motored home to win. Standing by for the judges' numbers after the Cup, the Jim Mackenzie Agency's Galloping Cup. Great performance by Changed the Jack. Over to you, Bodge.
Yeah, mate, it's great training feat. Obviously that big weight, that Miss Maryvale Fairy tried to lead all the way, and Spinifex Fairy went up and put the pressure on, but yeah, you called this horse last with 600 to go, and King got him over it, and the punters didn't want him. He was 3 to 1.
Yeah, great performance, Changed the Jack, winning back-to-back cups, making it 5 in a row to Jim Taylor. And the horse is absolutely spot on today. A few people wrote him off a few weeks ago, Bodge, but Jim Taylor's got him right at the right time.
Yeah, well, we both were here last week to witness apparently a big run, the first huge run, and obviously it's going to be down to the ground.
Official numbers 3, 1 and 4. 3, 1 and 4, Changed the Jack, back-to-back cups, Jim Taylor and Rodney Hammond. 5-year-old Bay Gelding by Jackson Square out of Fast Change, P.L. Clemens, D.R. Clemens and also A. Grosby are the connections there. Trained by Jim Taylor and ridden by Rod the Hammer. Number 1, second, Miss Maryvale, Ron Muir and Paul Salo. Gutsy performance by Miss Maryvale, was taken on most of the way by Spinifex Fairy and kept boxing on. And Runaway Fox, who looked a winner on the turn. Once the run came on the inside, it's run third for Nigel Shearing and Naomi Parker. 1 length by 1. 1 by 1 the margins. And we'll just check on that time, having some problems reading. It looks like 153.9, but we'll just check on that.
correct weight, Nigel. Correct weight has been notified for the numbers in the King Island Cup. And without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Jim McKenzie, who is in his second year as Jim McKenzie Agency, sponsors of the King Island Galloping Cup, to make the presentation to the winning connection. Back-to-back cups, a handful of cups for Jimmy Taylor in a handful of years. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim McKenzie of Jim McKenzie Agency. Welcome, Jim. Thank you, Bodge. Mr. President, Committee of the Race Club, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Duncan and I, get the straight police, we're delighted and honoured to sponsor the Jim McKenzie Agency King Island Galloping Cup for the second year of succession. And might I say that I heard Kerry call earlier that the first cup that had been put off due to weather, so I'm glad that that didn't happen, and as it turned out to be a beautiful day. Maybe we'll have more here if the weather had been kind to us earlier, but it's a lovely crowd and we're witnessing some lovely racing. To the committee, you've got no control over the rain, so it's a pleasure, as you always do, to bring up the infrastructure and the track to the conditions that it is in. And I only hear some visitors who stay with me about what a professional job that this committee does for picnic racing. About the race itself, I had a few drinks with Philip Clemens recently, and I tried to tell him that I am involved with Miss Mary Vale, and I thought that he'd do the right thing today and let's have a win. They've been trying so hard, but unfortunately we're up against a better horse of the day, back to back with Philip and his connection, and it was a wonderful race and full credit to them. It's a Jack Philip, Duncan, Crosby, congratulations, Crosby, and congratulations, mate, and you get to take a do on this if you like. The jockeys, well done, mate. If I wasn't involved in racing as much as I am, mate, I could have given some advice before the race, but that's not on. And to Mr. Taylor, well done, you're doing well, mate. Congratulations. We'll hand over to Duncan Clemens, one of the co-owners, to say a few words on behalf of the owner.
Well, that was a fantastic race. I wasn't here last year watching great to see you this year. Thanks to Jim McKenzie, agency sponsoring the race. Not having fantastic ride, and Jimmy Taylor done a fantastic job here. He always gets the horse right this time of year, and they're setting up for all the time. Well done, on a great effort, and everyone also on the stage, Sam and Barry, and everyone involved in it. It's a great performance. So thanks very much.
Yeah, I was just going to hand over to the President, and then Mr. Andrew Wardlaw will say a few words, and then we'll get some thoughts from our winning jockey, Rodney Hammond.
Yeah, thank you, Bodge. Just while I've got everyone's attention, I noticed that you're all looking this way, so I'll take the opportunity. Just like to say, on behalf of the race club, thank you very much for coming today. I know it was a struggle this morning with the weather, but we really do appreciate the community that's coming out. It's great to see this crowd here, and we didn't know where it was going to go when we were looking at the weather early this morning, so thank you very much. Just on behalf of the club also, I'd like to thank Peter Jacowenko for sponsoring the Pacing Cup. Peter's first year, we really appreciate that. Without sponsors, we wouldn't be able to put on the racing we do put on. And also thank Jim McKenzie Agency for his second year sponsorship of the Thoroughbred. We look forward to ongoing relationship with both those people. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank Jim McKenzie Agency for the sponsorship of the podium and the race itself. I also want to thank Nick Taylor for keeping supporting me. I rode last year and invited me to come back, so it's very much appreciated, and also the owner for putting me on. and under horse. Doing a great job 2 to 2. Thank you very much.
Well done, Rodney. Just before we go, it's a funny thing that I suppose in years to come, they'll say, how many cups did you win? And you can say, well, I did win a handful of cups, in a handful of years. What do you have to say, mate?
Thanks very much, bud. Get the 8, thanks very much for coming to the race. Thanks for the board. Rodney was good guy, getting away well. Probably not so well this year, but he's done good. All that basis. Also, playing really hard this morning, but something that's gone on just the right time. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jim. Congratulations to all the connections, including the jockeys, who without them, we don't have races in the King Island Galloping Cup. And thanks once again to Jim McKenzie Agency for the sponsorship once again in the Cup.